Welcome back to the Cash Kicks channel for expert sports analysis. Today we'll be covering the November 26th, 2025 NBA Best Team Picks, Total Picks, and in-depth breakdowns based on previous performances. Stay ahead of the game with our winning insights. And for even more exclusive parlay picks, check out our channel membership. Now come to the video. New York Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets. The stakes feel bigger than a routine November matchup. New York arrives at 10-6, sitting second in the Atlantic and pushing to stay near the conference elite. Charlotte sits at 4-13, fourth in the Southeast, trying to halt a six-game slide and reclaim early season identity. The projection leans heavily toward New York, and it shows, a confident road contender facing a young team searching for stability. But as both teams enter this NBA Cup group stage clash, the tension comes from what each desperately needs. The Knicks to affirm their rise, the Hornets to avoid falling further behind. New York's season profile is built on balance and surging efficiency. The Knicks average 120.8 points, while hitting 46% from the field and 36.7% from deep. They pair that with strong rebounding at 46.3 per night and disciplined playmaking at 27.3 assists. The defensive numbers are steady, 8.1 steals, 4.4 blocks, and one of the league's better turnover profiles at 13.1 per game. Their offensive rhythm is guided by Jalen Brunson's 28.3 points and 6.5 assists on near 48% shooting, while Karl Anthony Towns adds 16.8 points and 12.4 boards with inside-out scoring. Mikal Bridges brings 16.3 points, elite perimeter efficiency, and strong two-way consistency with 2.1 steals and 1.2 blocks. Charlotte plays faster but wilder. They score 116.2 per game, shoot 44.9%, and launch heavily from three, 35.2% overall, but their opponents score 120.4, leaving little margin for error. Their 45.4 rebounds and 26.2 assists show energy and ball movement, yet turnovers, 15.2, and defensive miscues often undercut momentum. Miles Bridges leads with 22.0 points, hitting 49.3% from the field and providing reliability in a lineup that has struggled for continuity. LaMelo Ball adds 19.4 points and 6.3 assists with shot creation and pace, while Moussa Diabate, 8.3 rebounds, and Ryan Kalkbrenner, 1.9 blocks, are the defensive anchors. Still, the collective defensive numbers, 6.7 steals, inconsistent rotations, and foul pressure, reflect a unit still searching for cohesion. The key stylistic collision is clear. New York's structured, efficient offense against Charlotte's high-tempo, high-variance attack. One team imposes control, the other relies on momentum. Whichever identity dictates pace will steer the night. Recent form makes the contrast sharper. New York enters on a three-game surge, winning 4 of its last 5, including 113-100 over Brooklyn and a gritty 113-111 win in Dallas. Even the lone slip, a 133-121 loss to Orlando, came in a shootout. The Knicks have tightened late-game execution, leaned on Brunson's command, and rediscovered transition control. Charlotte's last 5 games, losses to Atlanta, the Clippers, Indiana, Toronto, and OKC, reveal the same pattern: defensive breakdowns. Whether in close finishes or double-digit defeats, they've been burned in transition, and from 3, repeatedly falling behind early and playing from behind. The marquee matchup is Brunson versus Bridges. Brunson's precision and efficiency, 47.9% shooting, 36.7% from 3, 86.4% at the line, and a 2.8 assist-to-turnover ratio, drive New York's late-game offense. Bridges provides the more explosive counter, 22.0 points on 49.3% shooting, strong drives, and 34.2% from deep, but with a heavier scoring load. The question is whether he can sustain Brunson-level efficiency while absorbing New York's defensive focus. Towns versus Diabate creates a contrasting, rebounding matchup, while the backcourt battle between LaMelo Ball and New York's Clarkson-McBride-Hart trio will dictate tempo. Charlotte needs Ball to elevate their offense. New York just needs stability from its guards. New York has the clearer tactical plan, structured spacing, efficient pick-and-roll offense, and reliable three-level creation. With Towns and Robinson, they should control the glass and curb Charlotte's second-chance points. Defensively, their switchable wings and rim protection can funnel drives and force Charlotte into tough jumpers. Charlotte needs pace, forced turnovers, and rhythm threes. They must attack early before New York's defense sets and apply enough pressure to speed the game up. Kalkbrenner's rim protection and Diabate's rebounding are key X factors. If Charlotte wins transition and turns the game into a track meet, they can offset New York's structure. If it slows down, the edge shifts clearly to the Knicks. New York's efficiency, defense, and current form give them the clear edge. Charlotte may generate runs at home, but New York's balance and stability should control the game late. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is New York Knicks winner. The Knicks' control, rebounding presence, and closing execution define the night, a performance that strengthens their early season rise and deepens the Hornets' search for answers. My second pick for this match is total over 229.5. Indiana Pacers versus Toronto Raptors. The stakes are unmistakable. Indiana enters at 2-15, buried at the bottom of the East and desperate to stop a two-game slide. Toronto stands at 13-5, riding an 8-game winning streak and sitting second in the East. The matchup predictor leans heavily Toronto's way, and the moment feels like a collision between a team trying to establish dominance and another fighting to rediscover its identity. One side is building momentum toward the top of the conference. The other is searching for a foothold before the season gets away from them. The contrast is sharp. Indiana averages 110.1 points, shooting 41% from the floor and just 32.2% from deep. Turnovers sit at 15.8, and the defense surrenders 122.8 points per game, the highest number on the board. Toronto plays with an entirely different rhythm. 121 points per game, elite 50% FG, 38.5% from three, backed by 30.4 assists and 41.5 rebounds. Their defensive effort holds opponents to 113.4 points, and they generate efficient ball pressure with 13.1 steals and 2.4 blocks per night. Indiana's lifeline remains Pascal Siakam, delivering 24.8 points, 7.1 boards, 4.8 assists, and 47.1% FG. He's their primary scorer, creator, and stabilizer. Benedict Mathurin follows at 16.3 PPG, while Aaron Nesmith adds 13.4 with solid two-way effort. Jay Huff anchors the rim protection at 2.0 blocks, and TJ McConnell provides steady playmaking. But the offensive flow is streaky, and the defense often breaks early, forcing Indiana to trade baskets instead of dictating terms. Toronto's core is fully formed. Brandon Ingram sets the tone with 21.6 points, 48.6% shooting, and 31.7% from three, complemented by R.J. Barrett's 19.4 points and 35.6% from deep. Scotty Barnes continues to evolve as a two-way force. 18.5 points, 8.1 rebounds, 5.1 assists, and 1.5 steals, while Jakob Poeltl controls the glass with 8.1 rebounds and 1.7 blocks. Emmanuel quickly drives the pace with 6.1 assists, and the team's combined spacing and ball movement give their offense a constant, flowing pressure. Recent form only widens the gap. Indiana has dropped 4 of its last 5, losses to Detroit, Cleveland, and Toronto, before falling again to Detroit, giving up heavy scoring nights in each outing. Their lone win came in a narrow shootout with Charlotte. The defense has not traveled, and their opponent's scoring has stayed consistently high. Toronto, meanwhile, has operated like a finely tuned machine. Convincing wins over Cleveland, Brooklyn, Washington, Philadelphia, and Charlotte have come alongside sharper defensive efficiency and consistently clean late-game execution. The Raptors blend steady perimeter shooting with disciplined, purposeful ball movement, frequently breaking into the 110 to 120 scoring range while keeping opponents comfortably at arm's length throughout each matchup. Tonight's focal point is the marquee showdown between Siakam and Ingram, two high-usage forwards who shoulder their team's offensive identities in distinctly different ways. Siakam thrives by attacking downhill, exploiting mismatches, collapsing defenses, and triggering constant rotation pressure. Ingram, meanwhile, leans on rhythm scoring, smooth mid-range creation, and a composed shooting touch, supported by a more evenly distributed cast around him. Barnes' all-around versatility, combined with Poeltl's sturdy interior presence and screening gravity, gives Toronto layers of stability and adaptability that Indiana simply cannot replicate on a possession-to-possession basis. The tactical landscape leans clearly in Toronto's favor. They move the ball with purpose, shoot efficiently from multiple levels, dominate the glass, and protect the rim without giving up stability along the perimeter. Indiana, although equipped with high-end scoring talent, continues to struggle with spacing consistency, transition defense breakdowns, and recurring turnover issues. Toronto's bench group, particularly in rebounding off-ball activity and defensive energy, provides an additional edge, while Indiana's depth is stretched thin due to injuries to Furphy, Jackson, Nesmith, Jones, and Toppin, further limiting their lineup flexibility and overall reliability. For Indiana to keep this tight, they need to control pace, attack the paint, and win the turnover battle. For Toronto, maintaining their rhythm and leveraging their multi-dimensional offense should steer the night. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Toronto Raptors winner. Toronto's efficiency, balance, and defensive stability give them the decisive edge. The Raptors control the glass, win the spacing battle, and pull away late with superior ball movement and depth. The Pacers compete early behind Siakam's scoring, but the sustained pressure of Toronto's lineup ultimately proves too much. My second pick for this match is total over 233.5. Memphis Grizzlies versus New Orleans Pelicans. The stage is set in New Orleans, where two teams at the bottom of the Southwest Division collide with very different kinds of urgency. Memphis arrives at 6-12, clinging to third in the division, while New Orleans, at 3-15, sits at the basement but comes in with the faint momentum of a recent win. The matchup predictor splits almost down the middle, giving a slight edge to the Pelicans, a nod to home court energy and Memphis's recent struggles. Both teams are searching for direction, identity, and traction, and tonight offers a chance to shift the arc of their season. Memphis brings a more established offensive rhythm, averaging 112.1 points, shooting 43% from the field and distributing 28.4 assists per game. Their attack is paced by Ja Morant's 17.9 points and 7.6 assists, backed by Santi Aldama's 13.8 points, 6.7 rebounds, and steady floor spacing. Memphis relies on movement and balance, leaning on their ability to share the ball and generate rhythm through speed and creation. New Orleans counters with 108.6 points per game, shooting slightly better at 44%, though their 121.9 opponent points allowed paints the portrait of a defense searching for consistency. Their offensive spark comes from Trey Murphy III, delivering 20.2 points, 46.2% shooting, and elite 92.9% accuracy from the line. With Zion Williamson adding 22.4 points and 6.8 rebounds, the Pelicans rely more on individual scoring surges and physical downhill play. But the defining stylistic clash lies in efficiency versus volatility. Memphis moves the ball, defends in stretches, and looks for continuity. New Orleans pushes pace through individual creation, but struggles to contain runs or control the defensive glass. With Memphis posting 45.9 rebounds per game against New Orleans' 41.8, one of the game's central battles emerges immediately: rebounding control shaping tempo and transition flow. Recent form sharpens the contrast. Memphis has dropped 4 of its last 5, with narrow losses against Denver, San Antonio, and Cleveland surrounding a single win. Their margins have been tight, but late-game execution continues to evade them. New Orleans has fared even worse across the broader stretch, losing 4 of their last 5, though their lone victory, a 143-130 shootout over Chicago, hints at offensive revival. Defense has been optional, but scoring confidence is growing. That sets the stage for the star duel. Ja Morant, at 35.9% from the field and 17.9 points, brings relentless pressure off the dribble and a playmaking engine that drives Memphis's offense. His 94.2% free throw shooting underscores how dangerous he becomes when the game turns physical. On the other side is Trey Murphy III, efficient, electric, and confident, hitting 46.2% from the floor and showing the ability to change games with timely perimeter bursts. Where Morant slices and improvises, Murphy spaces and strikes, 2 contrasting rhythms influencing every possession. Zion's presence adds weight and physicality to the Pelicans' attack, but Memphis counters with Jaren Jackson Jr.'s 13.8 points and 1.2 blocks, a rim protector capable of altering New Orleans' interior focus. If Jackson anchors the paint and limits Zion's drives, Memphis gains a critical structural advantage. Tactically, Memphis seeks flow. Their 28 assists per night reflect 5-man intent, and their ability to generate clean looks from movement will test a Pelicans defense that struggles to contain dribble penetration and close out rotations. For New Orleans, the challenge is to speed up the game without losing control, using Zion's force, Murphy's perimeter range, and Jordan Poole's shot creation to attack early and often. The X factors emerge clearly. For Memphis, Santi Aldama, whose 11.9 efficiency rating and ability to stretch defenses give Morant a reliable outlet. For New Orleans, Derek Queen, averaging 8.5 rebounds and 3.3 assists, whose presence stabilizes the interior and provides connective tissue to an offense that can turn frenetic. Memphis holds a clearer advantage in bench depth, particularly with New Orleans dealing with several key players listed as game-time decisions. However, the Pelicans' home court environment, along with their unpredictable scoring surges, keeps the overall outlook uncertain, creating a volatile matchup that could easily trend toward a fast pace and a high-scoring finish. In the end, Memphis's ball movement, rebounding edge, and defensive structure should carry the night. New Orleans will surge in moments, but the Grizzlies' control of pace and efficiency at the line give them the closing edge. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Memphis Grizzlies winner. Memphis executes late, steadies the tempo, and lets its balanced attack dictate the final stretch, a decisive step towards stabilizing their season. My second pick for this match is total over 229.5. San Antonio Spurs versus Portland Trail Blazers. The stage is set in Portland, where the 11-5 Spurs, sitting second in the Southwest and carrying one of the league's most explosive young cores, collide with the 8-10 Trail Blazers, 9th in the Northwest and fighting to stay in the early season race. The matchup predictor leans toward San Antonio with a confident edge, but Portland's home floor and recent surge add tension to a game carrying clear implications for conference position and cup momentum. It's a meeting of rising stars, clashing tempos, and 2 franchises trying to define their identity before the calendar flips to December. San Antonio arrives averaging 118.3 points on 49% shooting, built on crisp ball movement, deep spacing, and the nightly impact of Victor Wembanyama's two-way brilliance. Their 45.4 rebounds per game and 28.6 assists establish a balanced, unselfish rhythm. while 8.6 steals and 5.1 blocks show a defense that thrives on length and anticipation. Wembanyama headlines the attack with 26.2 points, 12.9 rebounds, and elite efficiency, 50.2% from the field, 85.7% at the line, supported by Stephen Castle's playmaking at 7.5 assists per game, and a growing perimeter cast that spaces the floor and attacks in waves. Portland counters with an offense nearly as potent at 119.6 points per night, though on slightly lower efficiency at 45% overall. They shoot 52.2% inside the arc and 54.7% from three, a striking combination fueled by ball movement and confident perimeter rhythm. Deni Avdija leads the way at 24.9 points, with strong shot selection 49.6% from the field, 37.4% from three, while Donovan Clingan anchors the interior with 9.9 rebounds and 1.6 blocks. Drew Holiday remains the steady engine, 19.1 points, 8.2 assists, 1.6 steals, and a 46.8% clip that sets the tone for a team that relies on discipline more than raw firepower. The contrast is sharp. San Antonio's towering length and interior pressure versus Portland's perimeter-heavy spacing and pace. One team overwhelms inside, the other carves out scoring lanes with movement and precision. That tension defines the matchup. Recent form adds another layer. The Spurs are 4-1 in their last 5, with resilient wins over Atlanta and Sacramento and narrow losses only when pace slipped or turnovers rose. Their ability to close late, particularly through Wembanyama's rim dominance and improved guard play, has been notable. Portland is 2-3 but trending upward, punctuated by a decisive win over Milwaukee and a spirited shootout victory over Golden State. Their losses have been competitive, high-scoring battles, proof of their offensive consistency, but also of defensive strains that resurface late in games. Individually, the duel between Wembanyama and Avdija forms the emotional core. Wembanyama's combination of scoring, rebounding, and rim protection, 3.6 blocks per game on top of elite efficiency, makes him the most overwhelming force on the floor. He scores with range, finishes over length, and controls the game vertically on both ends. Avdija, meanwhile, leans on fluid movement, mid-range touch, and three-point rhythm. His 6.4 rebounds and 5.4 assists make him a multi-dimensional threat, and his efficiency, especially his 82.5% at the stripe, speaks to a player in complete control of his offensive identity. Holiday and Castle bring the matchup within the matchup, two contrasting playmakers, one built on methodical precision, the other on pace and pressure. Tactically, San Antonio holds the interior advantage. Their rebounding edge and shot-blocking presence should limit Portland's drives and second-chance points, forcing the Blazers into a perimeter-reliant attack. Portland's path lies in ball security, spacing, and tempo. Their turnover numbers are clean, and their shooting depth is wide. But they must generate pace before the Spurs' length sets. If they can control transition and draw Wembanyama away from the basket, they can turn defensive rotations into open threes. Bench depth tilts slightly toward San Antonio with consistent two-way role players, while Portland depends heavily on Avdija Holiday creation to sustain long stretches. The X factors crystallize clearly. For San Antonio, it's perimeter shot-making around Wembanyama. If the guards hit early, Portland's defense will bend. For Portland, it's Clingan's ability to anchor the interior without foul trouble and Holiday's command late in possessions. In the end, the balance, length, and defensive ceiling of the Spurs provide the separating edge. Their rebounding control and interior efficiency should slow Portland's scoring rhythm just enough to dictate pace. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Portland Trail Blazers winner. San Antonio's defensive presence and offensive balance steady the game late, with Wembanyama and Castle guiding a composed, efficient finish on the road. My second pick for this match is total over 235.5.